In case you're curious, this is what my setup looks like. My tripod is a stack of books. And there's the audio happening right there. You can see it being recorded as I speak. So it's not the most stable tripod in the world, but... Hello Internet, I'm Mary, codename Reeb, and I'm vlogging every day in April. So yesterday I talked about how one of the things I appreciate about the Nightrunner series is the lack of labels for sexual orientations. Yes, I'm going to keep plugging the Nightrunner series by Lynn Flewelling because I think it deserves to be better known than it is. So I thought I'd elaborate on that today and why I feel that way by talking about my own experiences. Look at me creating consistent themes from vlog to vlog or something. So we use labels to simplify things, which is great for communication. Having labels makes it easier to identify things and to identify as things, and therefore also makes the coming out conversation a lot easier. With labels, you can tell someone when coming out that you're gay or transgender or whatever, and they will immediately understand what you mean by that, which can be hella useful. Of course, people don't always know what those labels mean, and sometimes you have to elaborate regardless, but labels do increase the chances of clear communication. I can also see how labels can be really useful for someone trying to figure out who they are. I can see how arriving at the conclusion that you're gay could feel like coming home after years and years of being very confused about your sexuality. But unfortunately, while labels can simplify things, sexuality is anything but simple. While I see the appeal of labels, they've only really managed to confuse me further because I don't seem to fit into any of them. So I spent a lot of years early in my life thinking I was straight and then all of high school being really confused. I finally came out to several close friends in grade 11 as bisexual, but the confusion hasn't really stopped. Even in the last couple of years, I've been reconsidering what I identify as, because bisexuality is being attracted to two genders, hence bi, but gender, hell even sex isn't a binary, and I'm attracted to all sexes and genders. Labels don't mean much to me personally. I don't feel strongly about what I identify as, nor do I really feel that I need to be part of a specific sexual orientation. I still identify as bi to a lot of people because if labels don't mean much to me, then their purpose is to simplify things for others, and saying I'm bi is something that requires a minimal amount of explanation. Most people know what bisexuality means. The label that probably best describes me, however, is pansexuality. Pansexuality is the attraction to others regardless of their sex or gender identity. In other words, pansexuality is being attracted to people as opposed to specific genders. A lot of people, however, either don't know what pansexuality is or misunderstand what it is. People seem to think that pansexuality means being attracted to, like, everything. People, animals, inanimate objects. But I'm not attracted to animals or inanimate objects. I'm only attracted to humans. Well. So as someone who has pretty fluid sexuality, and is therefore not as comfortable labeling myself, and therefore use labels to simplify things for other people, identifying as an easily misunderstood label doesn't do me much good. I mean, I'm happy to explain what pansexuality is to other people, raising awareness and all that, but I don't always have the energy for that type of conversation, especially if that conversation is also already an emotionally exhausting coming out conversation. Lately, the label that I'm most comfortable with is queer. It's a least specific label. It basically says, I'm not heteronormatively speaking normal, and therefore best encompasses my non-specific orientation with the least amount of fuss. Bringing this back around to the Nightrunner series, the setting of Nightrunner reaffirms that I don't need a label. It's easy for me to connect to these characters with varying degrees of sexual fluidity, and immerse myself in a world where I wouldn't have to explain myself to anyone. So I just want to say a quick thanks to Lynn Flewelling and a shout out to that great series. And yeah, I think that's it today. I hope I cleared up me a little more for people, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Just ran out of batteries. Good timing, me.